Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. I'm your host, Joe Garcia. And today we're going to be joined by a special guest. We're going to be joined by the one and only Carolina Teague, who will be in here shortly. But we had a great week of college sports. College football was in full effect, and we had some upsets, and we also have some of our regulars here already chatting with us here. So shout out to you, Chris Leja. Says, how about those fucking Astros, cabrones? How about those Astros? Y'all started your 3-game series against the Rangers with an ass whooping, 13-6. Rangers fans went MIA in the 6th inning. Yeah, man, the Astros bats were hot, and that's about all she wrote, man. What's up, Mike Bias? And he says, "Up, what's up to Chris?" And here's Tim Gonzalez. What's up, Tim? Mike Bias. What's up, Joe? And Tim Gonzalez. How about my Duke Blue Devils last night? How about your Blue Devils? Last night. Yeah, so we had a lot of stuff happening over the weekend. We had a lot of upsets in college football, in particular the UTSA game. And shout out to my boy over there, Spernandez, and his girl Stephanie Mejia, Chicana Fuerte on Twitter. And my boy Spernandez, you can follow him at Spernandez. We hung out with them over at the friendly spot. So we're checking out the UTSA game. And prior to that, I was watching the UT game versus Rice. And that was, a little not close, but in the very, first quarter, you already had Rice up against UT 3-0, and it was early. But UTSA, really ran away with that one. But when we went in and hung out at the friendly spot, we were watching the UTSA game, and that was kind of close, But as I started getting ready to leave, head out for the night with my boys, and things started getting a little interesting, man. Unfortunately, it was not a good game for UTSA. You can blame it on the refs. There were a lot of poor calls. I'm not going to lie. Poor call playing is part of a part of the game. But at the end of the day, Frank Harris just didn't have a very good game, and it happens. Maybe he'll hopefully rebound here and have a better showing in the next game that the UTSA Roadrunners will face. They're going to have a big, tall task in front of them. Because again, we had some upsets in college football, and one of the teams that they're going to be playing, which is Texas State, they upset Baylor over the weekend. So now Texas State is on a hot streak, and they're going to be facing the UTSA Roadrunners here on September the 9th for their home opener. It's going to happen at 2:30 p.m., and I'm sure everybody's going to get there early and be tailgating like about 10 o'clock in the morning. Tim Gonzalez, my boys, shocked the world last night. 3 picks by Frank didn't help. That's what I'm saying. Frank just didn't have a very good Frank Harris just didn't have a very good game, and I see that too. Tim Gonzalez. Colorado beat TCU. That was on TCU, man. TCU, I just think they got a little too conservative near the end, and Colorado was just playing loose, and they were playing inspired football. So they came out with a statement right off the bat. They went ahead and upset TCU. You can go ahead and blame that on bad coaching, a number of things that went wrong with TCU, but either way, man, it was just not a good showing for the TCU Horned Frogs. Chris Leja says, Texas State won me $450 on a $25 bet. Now that's some money right there. That's some good coin that you got off of that bet. But yeah, I mean, it was just crazy, like all these upsets, Texas State over, Baylor, and then you had Rice beating UTSA right off the bat there, and Colorado defeating TCU. And somebody's got to check on our boy over here. Can't forget about Jimenez. He's a big LSU fan, and that LSU lost. So I know Jimenez is probably feeling a certain way about that. I'm sure he watched the game and he'll have his take on why they lost. But nonetheless, LSU did wind up losing 45-24 against number 8 Florida State. And I love the picture that they put up here about my boy Jimenez. This was done by Swiss at Midwest Man Myth on Twitter. You got to love that picture, man. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys. So give me a second here. Let me switch. I'm gonna show you this picture that somebody did of Jimenez. Man, this is great. This was gold. There it is. Joe Exotic, Pinche Jimenez. And my Red Raiders, no Valen. Christopher Leja. Yeah, and then no Valen, dude. They lost. And Tim Gonzalez. I wonder if Moneybags has a private suite for the UTSA versus Texas State this Saturday. I don't know. We got to get Jeff. He's going to probably be on the show tomorrow. I know he's battling through a cold, but I'm sure he'll still come out on the show tomorrow. Wait, LSU played. I saw a team that had LSU colors. Yeah, that's going to be Jimenez's new nickname now. Mike Exotic. What did they say? Nefozuna, hilarious. I'm telling you, man. Y'all come up with some crazy stuff, man. Y'all are wild. But I like this one. This is probably going to be my favorite. And here we are. We're going to be joined by Carolina Teague. I'm going to bring her on right now. Carolina,
Hey, how are
thanks
you?
for joining us. Hey, I'm just showing everybody the picture of Jimenez that somebody put out there. One of the fans, they went ahead and spoofed Jimenez again. So now they put him with the Tiger because of LSU. LSU winded up losing. And so now Jimenez's new name is going to be Jimenez or Mike Exotic because they make him look like Joe Exotic. But yeah,
That is so funny. Who
we're
did
checking
that?
on. Oh, it was Swiss. I guess he goes by Midwest Man Myth on Twitter. That's freaking hilarious. That's some good work there. But thanks for joining us, Carolina. I know you've had a busy weekend. We're here to talk about college football, and we had a lot of upsets. I was kind of going over them. You had TCU losing to Colorado State or Colorado right off the bat. And Deion Sanders, he had his team playing at a very high level. They came out and they wanted to make a statement, and sure enough, they went ahead and bested TCU, and that was I don't know. There was a lot of things that went wrong for TCU. I don't know if the coaching staff was playing not to lose, so they didn't play to win. And it just seemed like Deion Sanders had his team just playing loose, having
Mhm.
fun, enjoying themselves out there, and they were playing inspired football, and that just propelled them over the top. And even Deion Sanders' son, he had a hell of a game. I mean, what do you think went wrong with TCU and Colorado?
You know what I think went wrong? The first thing that went wrong was the 20-point differential that they had in Vegas. They were projected to lose by 20 points against TCU. And I don't know why people continue to doubt Coach Prime, but he's an amazing coach. He taught for HBCU or he coached for HBCU. He played two different sports. He just excels at being great. That's just who he is. So this win doesn't surprise me, but now it's on a national platform. People are taking notice at how great of a coach he is. And I really like his philosophy with coaching. He really likes to I don't know if you saw the interview, but he was saying if everybody, I have to believe in every single person that's on my team. If I don't believe in you, then you do not belong on that team. So not only that, it just seems like he was able to change the mentality of the players on the Colorado State team. And I think when it comes to winning, not only is it who you have on the team, but it's also their mentality as well. Coach Prime is really a coach who can get inside your head and make you feel like you're the absolute greatest. So whatever he's doing with coaching is working completely. And I just think that 20-point differential was so unfair to Colorado.
Yeah, look at there. We got a comment here from Tim Gonzalez, who's a fan of CT. He's going ahead and put on here. He says, "Oh yes, lunchtime with CT, yay!" So
Yes.
they also says TCU lost a lot of weapons from from last year's team. True that, but still, I mean, you still have a good plethora of talent. You still have the same coaching staff. I just think, for whatever reason, just TCU was just, let's say, outplayed, by Colorado. I was ready to go in there for Coach Prime. Deion Sanders had me ready. He fired up. He's a great motivational speaker, man. By the way, getting his team ready to go. So it's like, hey, I'm ready to play right now. Put me in, Coach.
Me too. I love him as a coach. And then after that game, I decided to go down a Deion Sanders rabbit hole. and I was watching old Deion Sanders documentaries. Just and I was like, holy crap! Like, how could I ever doubt Deion Sanders as a person, as a coach, as a human being? That dude is amazing.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like when you have this presence with you, when you have this energy, it doesn't matter where you go. Like, you're going to bring that energy to the people around you. And like he said, you got to get out the way if you're not on that same wavelength. So I just feel like it's just who he is. He can flip a whole team around. And I'm really excited for Colorado this season.
Yeah, and they also had a kid too, and this is something that Mario Cavazos is bringing up for Colorado. He says that kid from Colorado that played both ways. He played wide receiver and cornerback. Over 100 plays reminded me of the days playing for Edgewood High School versus Alamo Heights when we lost 70-0. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's horrible. Gosh.
That is horrible.
That's a
Oh,
really
look at
bad
that.
loss, Mario.
Y'all
I'm
watching the
sorry
YouTube
that
channel.
y'all lost. Because I had seen a game. I think it was La Feria versus, I can't remember who the other team was. I was there because I have family from La Feria, and they lost 55-0. And they scored 0 points that game. This was like a few years ago. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, I've never seen such a horrible high school football game in my entire life. And I don't think I'll ever hear of a worse one. But you have me beat 70-0. That's
Pretty
absolutely the
bad.
worst that I've heard. I thought 55-0 was bad.
And then you had, Texas defeating Rice, and that kind of got off to a quick start for Rice. They were up 3-0 early on in the first quarter, but then Texas poured it on, and they really, came out and won that game convincingly, 37-10, which they should have against Rice. But now Texas next week, UT is going to go ahead and play number 4, Alabama. So that's set for Saturday, September the 9th for a 6 p.m. tip. That's going to be an interesting game. Again, we know what happened last time Texas played Alabama, and Alabama winded up winning, I believe, by a point or two. So let's see if this time UT can finally do what's needed to defeat Alabama. So that's going to be another highly contested game. But the one game that we're also going to talk about here is another big upset as Texas State beats Baylor. I'm like, what's going on with upsets? That was, I guess, the name of the game for this weekend in college sports was upsets. I mean, I don't know if you watched that game, but that was a big upset too with Texas Tech beating Baylor.
Well, I saw some post game coverage where they were saying this is who we are, this is our mentality. I think it has everything to do with mentality. I'm really big on that this season because nobody was expecting that to come out, and I think this is the first game for the new head coach for J.G. Kinney after he left Incarnate Word. And remember last year when he played for Incarnate Word, they had a school record of 12 wins. And they went to the FCS semifinals, and we were really happy for him to be for Texas State now. But he's also another person. You're a great coach. If you look at Coach Pop, it just all comes down to like coaching, mentality, all that stuff. You put somebody like J.G. Kinney in there, and of course, everybody's surprised about this upset. But are people who are really fans of Incarnate Word, were they upset? Were they surprised by this upset? Probably not, because they've seen what he did to the University of Incarnate Word last year. So I'm happy for them too. I mean, I'm just happy for anytime a Texas team, well, they upset Baylor, but when a Texas team wins, I'm happy for them.
Yeah, and then also Baylor also lost their quarterback, Blake Shapen, who's going to be out for at least 2 to 3 weeks because he suffered an MCL injury in the opening night loss here, or the season opening loss to Texas State. So they're going to be without him Baylor's going to be without their starting QB as they go ahead and face the 14th ranked Utah next week. So the other thing that we're going to talk about is the other upset that happened with UTSA versus Houston. And I got to say, when I was there at the friendly spot checking out this game with my boy Fernandez and his girl Stephanie Mejia, the uniforms, great throwback unis, to the Houston Oilers. I greatly enjoyed that, But more importantly, the game was a little bit, let's say, competitive early on. But again, UTSA didn't help themselves by quarterback Frank Harris throwing three interceptions. I think that's really what caused them to lose that game in the end. Of course, you had bad officiating, as I was saying. Bad officiating is part of the game. There was some questionable calls, no doubt. But at the end of the day, those three interceptions really hurt UTSA against Houston. What are your thoughts?
I'm really disappointed in the loss because they should have never lost at those three interceptions. I know I saw people on social media blaming the coaches, the refs, everyone under the sun, and trying to make excuses for Frank Harris throwing three interceptions in the second half. 9 plays, three interceptions is unacceptable. I do know that Frank Harris has been going through surgery. He's had a tough off season. So, understandably, he is a little bit rougher on the edges and a little bit more rusty. So, I'm not mad. I don't think he's garbage. I don't think it's unacceptable because he's been in at UTSA for 7 years. Yes, he's a veteran and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter. If you're coming off an injury, you're still going to have struggles in the beginning. Now, is it acceptable? No. But the main thing is he took accountability for that. He said, I'm going to do better. This is my fault. That's huge. The fact that he took accountability, he's willing to do better next season. And Coach Traylor just said today that they're still upset about the loss and they're not feeling good about it. Just shows me that they want to win and they're willing to come back and hopefully win this next upcoming game.
Yeah, and there was a tweet that I saw here too from Texas Football Life. And they say, I'm going to go ahead and show this so everybody can see this. And just to show everybody the state of where college football is currently in our neck of the woods. So you have, it says, crazy but true. In 2022, the San Antonio CFB teams won a combined 30-3 during the regular season. It says, after week 1 of 2023, they're 0-3. So I was like, whoa. And then it goes down here to say, the state of Texas top 15 as of August the 27th. So they have number 1, and this is the state of Texas right now. They're calling the state of Texas college football top 15. They have, of course, UT number 1 with their win over Rice. They have Texas A&M number 2 because they beat New Mexico. Number 3 is SMU with their win over LA Tech. Houston at number 4 with their win over UTSA. And TCU, they fell to number 5 because they lost to Colorado. Texas Tech is number 6 because they lost to Wyoming. And Texas State, they went up to number 7 because they beat Baylor. UTSA with the loss against Houston drops to number 8. Baylor with the loss against Texas State is number 9. UNT lost to California, so they dropped to 10. Rice, because they lost to Texas, they dropped to 11. SHSU lost to BYU, so they're at 12 right now, so there's no change. UTEP, they won against UIW, which that was kind of surprising. They're up to number 13. ACU, they won against Northern Colorado, so they went up to number 14. And Tarleton, they went against McNeese State, so that's your top 15 in college football in the state of Texas. So I just thought I'd share that with everybody real quick. That was interesting to me, though. There was a lot of, going back and forth here amongst the fans between UT and A&M. They're like, well, how come A&M's not number 1? Why is UT number 1? I don't make the polls, so that's the way they have it currently. I'm sure if Texas loses and A&M will go ahead and string together some wins, that'll be different. But this is just a little poll that they made for the state of Texas and the college football teams they have here as far as their top 15. Do you have a problem with the Texas A&M UT seating there 1 and 2?
No. That's really irrelevant to me because it's just a graphic.
It's just a graphic, exactly.
Time will tell if they're going to be number 1 or not. Like, why are you worried about a graphic in the beginning of the season? The only graphic that matters is the graphic at the end of the season. Who's on top?
Who's going to a bowl game? Who's going to a big bowl game? And look, here's a Tim Gonzalez. Oh no, Joshua Jimenez here. He says, "There's a reason Houston is going to the Big 12. They're a good team." He goes, "UTSA should want to be like Houston. in the future. Maybe when UTSA finally moves on from Frank Harris and gets a good QB. Frank Harris is not a bad quarterback. He just had a bad game. Now, I hope that that's not going to be conducive to him, still having bad games come week 2. When you're going ahead and having that home opener here against Texas State, we're going to see. Let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt. He had one bad game. It happens. He came off of these injuries, surgery in the off season. I'm willing to go ahead and give the guy a pass, but let's see how he performs next week. And if he's still not performing up to par, it might be time.
Then cook his ass.
It might be time for Trailer to go ahead and pull the plug and say, you know what, we need to go ahead and put a new.
I would say, like, I don't know. I don't think after 2 games I would be like that. I think maybe after like 4 bad games.
Every loss really hurts. So I'm just like,
it does.
If you're still in it, but your quarterback's been throwing picks and is not playing up to par, maybe still not 100% coming back from his injury, maybe Trailer needs to go ahead and say, you know what, maybe we need to put another QB in and give some, Harris a little bit more time to recover.
And I don't even think that we should even be talking about that right now because it was just one bad game. Like, let's just see what happens in the next upcoming week.
What if he has another bad week?
We will fry him accordingly. We'll fry him accordingly right now. Right now the eggs are in the box. How are we gonna fry this egg? Is Frank Harris a hard-boiled egg? Is he gonna be over easy, medium hard, scrambled? If he has multiple bad games, we're gonna scramble him. We're gonna scramble that egg.
Christopher Leha, if UTSA loses, bro, the city gonna be flipping the fuck out.
Frank Harris almost quit earlier this season. I believe he got a staph infection that messed him up. You know what? I've had a staph infection before.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had a really severe staph infection, and it does mess you up physically and mentally. I don't know how I got it. It was like a surgery-based staph infection. Maybe that's how he got his. But it just, like, the way it works is, like, it spreads from, like, one part of your body all the way throughout your whole body, and it's hard to get rid of. It's very painful. It's very painful for everyone. And I felt like my life was at a standstill during that month and a half, those 2 months. So I can understand why that would mess with him physically.
And I got some celebrity news to report here. We had some things that we need to share, so to speak. And one of those things is going to be over the weekend. I don't know if you're a fan of Smash Mouth, but everybody who's watched Shrek with their kids, they like that song in the beginning. Hey, now you're an all-star, The guy, his name is Steve Harwell. He died over the weekend at the age of 56 years old. It's being reported here by TMZ. And he died over liver failure because he was, of course, partaking of too much alcohol, amongst other, health issues that he had. But 56 years old, that's kind of too young to be dying here, man. It's like, that's a sad thing, sad state here, especially for families that grew up with Shrek and the song, back in the early 2000s, late 90s, so. Man, that was kind of surprising, celebrity death. I heard, the day before he passed, they're like, you know what? This guy's already in hospice care. He's not expected to last next week. He might go ahead and pass. And as soon as that story was released, not even like the next day, came out in the morning or, hey, he's already been, he died. He's passed on. So I was like, man, that's sad. So pour some out, for Steve Harwell and his family. That's probably a tough situation that they're going through right now. But to die that young, 56 years old, like, damn.
Yeah, 56 is really young. And a lot of people seem to be dying in their 50s lately. That's what it seems like. Life is, that makes it seem like life is really, really short. So if you're getting up there, then you take better care of your health. I mean, I know that, as Latinos, we love to drink a lot. We love to eat like a whole bunch of things that are bad for us. But I think it's important to take care of our health. So, I'll just start eating an apple a day,
I was taking care of my health over the weekend. I ain't going to lie. I was taking in some drinks over there at the friendly spot. Then after that, I went bar hopping with my boys. We made it down to bar 1919. Had me a
Mhm.
couple old fashions, feeling good. Still went out and had some fun. I made it home at a decent hour, Carolina. I got home around
No, you
maybe
didn't.
1:45, 2 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
not a decent hour. What time did you head out?
Oh, like 4 or 5.
Okay, so you were gone for 8, 9, 9.5 hours.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
was all
full
right.
shift of drinking.
I was all right. I had
Full work
something to eat.
drinking. That's a full work shift of drinking. I understand if you were out like I'm all acting like your wife. I understand if you was out from like 4 to 7 or 4 to 9, but 4 to 1:30, you might as well just stayed out and not come home.
No, I was all right. I
You
was
can
putting in some work. It was a 3-day weekend.
you
I
were
had a
putting
whole
in
day to
work.
recover.
You were putting in work. I think I
Putting in some
actually
work.
I went to the Karol G concert. I came home at 4 a.m.
Ah, you're over here giving me shit for it. Look,
I,
Mike Baez.
I know I went to the Karol G concert and I left at 6. I came home at 4 a.m. By the time we got Ubered home, we ate pizza and stuff. So I understand, staying out late. Like as long as you're safe, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's just once in a while. It's not like I'm doing it every weekend. Oh, but I said it was Mike Baez. It's Mike Jimenez that's here in the chat. He said he was home by 8:30 on Saturday. This was true because Mike has not drank in quite some time. So he had a couple drinks and he's like, "That's it, man. I'm done. I got to go home." you know,
You
he's
know
not
what?
used to it.
Yeah, and well, 8:30 is good. That's a good time, like 8:30. But I haven't drank in 3 weeks. When I went to the Karol G concert, that was my first time drinking in 3 weeks. So it actually feels good not to drink. And I know we're talking about uh his what's his name, the guy from Smash Mouth that passed away,
Oh, Steve Harwell.
Steve Harwell. He had liver failure. I wonder if it is because of drinking that
It
hurts your
was.
liver. It
It
was
was.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you drink like once every 3 weeks, is that bad? Like when do you have liver failure? Like is it because you're drinking all the time?
You probably drank way too much in your younger years, to go ahead and not give your liver time to recover fully. So when you're drinking every day, every day, every day, and you're drinking heavily, I mean, you're just tasking your liver, and eventually something's got to give. It's not like they can just go ahead and they got an extra liver just lying out there on the shelf somewhere for you. Doesn't work that way.
Oh, I wish
So,
they did.
poor guy, man. Hey, but I got to tell you, I got to come into this talk here. What's the shittiest flight you've ever been on?
The shittiest flight I've ever been on. Oh,
Yeah.
I've never really had a bad flight. I think the word explosive diarrhea diverse. What
I
is
don't
this
think
about?
I don't think it's been as shitty as this. So let's
Ew.
go ahead and get into this talk. So there was a flight that was leaving on Friday. And let me go ahead and tell you,
Lunchtime.
yeah. And it was going to Barcelona, Spain, right? But it was coming out of this airport. It was coming out of the Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport in Georgia. They were leaving. Their destination was going to be Barcelona, Spain. But while the jet was over Virginia, a passenger had issues and they went ahead and had a blowout right there in front of God and everyone in the middle of the damn plane. And not only that, but it was so bad that it was trickling and it was all over the plane, and the pilot had to go ahead and say, we got to land this plane because damn. So then somebody was saying that they went ahead and they radioed that they're going to land the plane, and then they try to go ahead and clean it up a little bit, right? Because of course it's probably smelled. So they said they put some like vanilla disinfectant, and it said it only made it worse. It smelled like vanilla shit. But this was bad, Carolina. I mean, like bad. Like whoever, man, woman, whoever it was, just had a blowout, and they said it was all over the plane, meaning that it was probably in the middle of the aisle. It was running down like a river. It was nasty. So they had to land that plane. I mean, can you imagine being on a plane that's flying from Georgia and your destination is Barcelona, Spain? Can you imagine how many hours you'd have to be smelling that in?
Hell.
Oh man.
You know what? The issue with at first when you go to Atlanta Airport, it's at least a 2.5 hour wait just to get into the airport because the lines are so
No
long. So you're
doubt.
already having to deal with that. Then you have to wait for your flight. Then you have to get on the flight, and then somebody has diarrhea. Is disgusting. And it's lunchtime, Joan. This is what a great topic to pick for people who are enjoying their lunch right now. A topic about diarrhea. But I want to say that this has happened to me before.
You had diarrhea on a plane?
No, no, no. I
I'm
did
gonna
not
say,
diarrhea.
damn.
No, I first of all, like bodily fluids, it makes me instantly like gag and vomit.
Well,
Like I can't and that's why I could never be a nurse because I wouldn't be
oh
able to.
hell no.
Yeah, I would have gag reflex with blood, vomit, all that stuff. I don't like it. So one time I worked at the bank and this lady had a blowout right there in the middle
Oh,
of the floor at the bank.
man.
I worked at security service and they had the blowout right there. Um, and it was really, really bad. We had to close down the bank. And she just couldn't make it to the bathroom.
Oh,
She
that's
just couldn't make it to the bathroom, and our manager and another lady ended up cleaning it up. We
but
had nobody to clean it up. We had to clean it up. I didn't
more
clean it up.
importantly,
I ran the hell away. I went.
what are y'all gonna put on her? Like she got her clothes dirty. Like that needs to be just thrown away.
I think that I don't know. I think they put her stuff in a bag, all her clothes in a bag. She had like a daughter or somebody there with her. I think they had a jacket to cover her up, but
Mm.
she just like had a blowout right there on the floor. And that was the first time I ever saw somebody. Now I know, like, it's happened where like you have to rush or whatever to the bathroom. But some people just can't hold it in. And also what sucks that when you're on an airplane, you can't go to the bathroom until you're up in the air and you're already like no more turbulence. Because
Yeah.
one time, because I get nervous on the airplane, so my tummy starts to hurt and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta throw up. I get all nervous and anxiety. So one time I try to run to the restroom and they're like, no, we haven't like had our turbulence yet. Like you need to wait till it settles down. So there was no way that this person could have held it in that long.
Look at this, Christopher Leha. He says, I know we talk shit on the show, but y'all talking about literal shit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And it's lunchtime, Joe. Like people, I bet you somebody
Hey,
was eating a sandwich.
I don't make this stuff up. This just came to me when I was just going through Twitter, and I was just like, well, damn, that's nasty as hell. I can't even imagine being on a plane with somebody doing something like that. And you think that's bad? I'm going to show you this video, man. I don't know what to make of it, Carolina. Let's put it like that. I saw it before you came on, right? So let me go ahead and show this to you guys. I don't know quite what I'm looking at. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
So here we go. So I saw this here on Barstool Sports. And it says when she says, I'm just one of the guys. Look at what this girl does.
So this is the Badogi hot dog. They're actually so big here. The size of their wieners. Look, all right, let's run by this.
What the?
So this is the Badogi hot dog. They're actually so big here.
What?
The size of their wieners. Look, all right,
What
let's run by
did I
this.
just? Oh my God! She swallowed the whole damn thing. What?
Damn. That's talent. That's talent.
I was like, damn.
Talent. Like that's a talent that I wish I had, honestly. Like
I was like, what happened?
dude, what the hell's going on?
That's exactly what happened. I was scrolling down and I said, bro, what the hell is this? Like,
What the
damn,
hell? Is that even a real video? Like I don't even
that's
believe
a real
that.
video.
I believe like it looks I hope it's edited. There's no way that's a jumbo hot dog.
Damn, that's what I'm saying.
Without gagging, and that's crazy. That's crazy.
Look at this. Hand over fist. Ever decide between throwing up or sitting down? You sit. Oh, Christopher Leha, this show has taken a weird turn, bro. Hey, I'm
It's
just
so
saying,
nasty.
this is just the entertainment aspect of the show. So I just said, This is weird to me because I just saw it on Twitter and I was like, okay, I
The hot dog kind of like reminded me like yesterday because I want to make Mexican hot dogs. If I were to buy a Mexican hot dog cart, would y'all visit my Mexican hot dog cart?
it depends if they're good.
They're gonna be good.
What kind of weenies are you going to be using? You can't be using no Bar S.
Hey, those are good.
No, hell no, they ain't.
Those are good.
No, they ain't.
Good.
No, damn well they ain't. They ain't good.
Bar S is good.
No,
You're
no.
tripping. It's good. That's all I'm
No.
used to.
That's beaks and feet, girl. Beaks and feet.
Okay, so what the hell? What kind of hot dog is good then?
Like a Nathan's hot dog, something that's actually made with like beef or something like that, like high quality products.
Okay, what about Oscar Mayer?
Depends too, because you have the low tier, which is just what we call a wiener, and then you have like the gourmet hot dog that's made out of actual beef.
Well, it's not gourmet Mexican hot dogs, it's just Mexican hot dogs. It's not gourmet Mexican hot dogs.
No, man. You bring Bar S to
we're wrapping it in bacon anyways. You're not even gonna taste it.
You put bacon on a crispy dog?
Huh?
You put bacon on your crispy dog?
Hot dog.
I never had it with no bacon before.
What?
No, I just have the crispy dog with the cheese and the corn tortilla and all that.
No, Joe, you've never had a Mexican hot dog?
No, I had a Mexican hot dog, but just never with bacon. Like the wieners wrapped in bacon. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, I never had that.
Oh my God. I need to introduce you to a Mexican hot dog. So if you go downtown at San Antonio or at events, they have the merchants with the Mexican merchants that have the Mexican hot dogs, and they wrap them in bacon and they put them on the grill, and then they put the hot dog bun, and then they put all the toppings, mayonesa, pico de gallo, salsa, all that stuff. That's what I want to make.
Look at Mario Cavazos. It depends. If you name it Puro Pinche Wieners.
I was gonna name it Doggy Style, but I guess.
Oh my God.
I already came up with the name and everything.
Damn it. Look at Hanover Fist for the Bar S, for the downtimes. That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Y'all have never experienced
poor people. I just thought it was just affordable.
Girl, you have never experienced downtimes unless you've had a pot of beans and they don't even put meat in there. They put damn weenie in there. That's downtimes. That's poor people food. That or weenie soup. I hate both. I do not like beans with weenie in them, and I can't stand weenie soup, man. And I know you probably eaten weenie soup. Weenie soup, come on, girl. Where they get weenies and they chop them all up and they put them in like this tomato sauce and they throw in vegetables and stuff. That shit nasty as hell.
Oh, hell no. I never had that.
No.
You know what? I used to make, my ex used to ask me to make arroz, like Mexican rice, and throw weenies in it. I thought it was weird, but I did it. I thought it was weird, but I still did it.
Look at that. If you don't serve it on bread, it's not a Mexican hot dog.
That's
you have to serve it on the butt of the bread.
No, but serving it on bread is not is poor. That's not just Mexican hot dog. Mexican hot dog is supposed to be on bolillo, or okay, maybe it is a gourmet Mexican hot dog then. It's supposed to be on bolillo or an actual dog. If you serve hot dog on a bread, that's just poor people shit.
And look at Joe Gonzalez. Bro, I just logged in and CT is talking about shitting yourself and then some broad is deep throating hot dogs. What the fuck? And look at Mike Baez. Talent.
That is talent. That is talent.
Yeah, I saw that. Chris Gonzalez. You haven't served it on bread. It's not a Mexican hot dog. Look at that. Those are real meat. Those are real dog meat. Mexican hot dogs are.
I didn't know Bar S was for like poor people.
What time? Oh, look at this. What time is dinner, CT? Can I bring the whole Duke football team to your house and bring Wemby too?
Why? Why?
Wait.
So we can eat Mexican hot dogs?
Look at this. Joshua Jimenez. Bar S is for all the times, not just for the down times.
That's right.
Hell no.
Joshua has it right. Joshua has it right. Me and Joshua, we on the same page.
Y'all bring me some freaking Bar S to the cookout. I'm throwing that in the garbage, man.
What if you have a potluck cookout and you're like, hey, y'all need to bring something, and I bring Bar S hot dogs? Would you turn me away?
I'll be like, what kind of hot dogs are them? I know I can tell when you lie to me too, because you start laughing. You start laughing.
I'm always laughing.
Especially when you're lying. You go, ah, you know how you get? You can't every time you do that, we catch you, you start laughing.
I don't be lying. I don't be lying.
Oh my God.
If I do lie, I'll admit it right afterwards, but I don't be lying.
Look at this, Mike Baez. There's your name right there for it. El Winecero.
El Winecero. Okay, so I feel like Doggy Style was too vulgar, so I like the other names. El Winecero. I like somebody else had a good name. Puro pinche Wines. I like that
Puro
one too.
pinche
Those
Wines.
were all really good names because I was thinking
Hey,
Doggy Style, but I was like, oh, that's kind of like hardcore, so never mind.
that would be a name for a food truck. Puro pinche Wine. And you just serve nothing but Mexican hot dogs. The crispy dogs.
Now I'm hungry.
You be making some crispy dogs?
Crispy dogs is what? What is that?
Crispy dogs, Mexican hot dogs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do make them. I make them and I make them really good. So I was like, I want to open a food truck now and make
Puro
Mexican
pinche
hot dogs. Puro
Puro
pinche
pinche
Wines. Yeah,
Hey.
but I also want to do like chili cheese too. But nobody has said they would come to my hot dog truck, so it's kind of hurting my feelings.
Just set up shop somewhere on the corner, man.
Yeah, you're
Just
right.
do it. Hey, I gotta show you this too, because we're always talking about weird stuff, right? When you get on the show. So somebody showed
Why
this.
do I gotta be the weird stuff person?
No, because we're always talking about like ghosts and we're talking about UFOs and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is my shit though. Yeah.
So check this out. Over the weekend again, Carolina, they posted this.
I think
What do you think?
it's a UFO. It's unidentified flying up. That other airplane just went right by it.
Yeah. What the fudge, dude?
What is that?
Do you see that?
Yes. It just shot a freaking puff ring. Tell me
What?
you got that on video.
I did. That is
Still
freaking.
going.
What do you think it is?
What is that?
I have no idea, Barbara.
That dude has me dying when he says that. I have no idea, Barbara. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Hey, you need to clip that and make it a drop.
Oh my God.
idea,
I have no idea, Barbara. It's like,
No, I think it's a UFO for sure.
oh no. Check this out. Look what I found out. So I was looking at
You always have to. Every time I say it's UFO, you're like, actually, this is what it was.
it's something else. Like, oh man, I lost it. But it was a SpaceX rocket, right? There was a SpaceX rocket that was re-entering the Earth's atmosphere on that day.
Everybody loves blaming
That
SpaceX.
looks like a damn rocket re-entering the
that's just-
atmosphere. I'm
That's just
telling
a
you.
cover up.
No, not everything's a UFO, is what I'm saying.
Not everything is SpaceX either. Everybody loves blaming SpaceX. It's a cover up.
You say Carolina's always saying it's UFOs. It's little aliens.
Chris Gonzalez says that's a lightning bug that is on the lens. That's funny.
It probably could
That
be.
might be that could be that. I mean, it could be many things. When they're blurry, it sucks because we can't see it. So
Oh yeah, that's my dog right here, Joe Gonzalez. Yep, Bar S belongs in the garbage. Stop buying that nonsense. Arroz and hot dogs.
So everything he
that's
says, I've been
gross.
saying gross. So what do you like, Joe Gonzalez? Tell us what you like. Since everything I'm saying is gross, it fed me and I still look good.
Look at that,
Okay, let's see.
Joshua Jimenez. Joe would turn us away. He turned his nose to GoBots and threw them back in the face of anyone. They gave him that instead of Transformer. I ain't getting no GoBots, man. I'll throw that in the garbage.
What's a GoBot?
It's a cheap knockoff version of a Transformer. I didn't play with no GoBots. You need it was
Where do
Transformers.
they
or
sell
die.
that at?
I was Transformers or Die Kid, man. You brought me GoBots, that going in the garbage, or I'm breaking it on
I
site.
don't know. Damn So a GoBot, is that the equivalent of like a bar ass hot dog?
That's it. No, that's like a dollar store toy that you get, break real quick. But look at this. Mario Cavazos. Bar S classic bologna slice lunch meat, 12 ounces, 10 count. 118. I'll go. Ooh, no, Lord have mercy,
He
no.
knows what time it is. Like they know the prices and everything.
But when you fry up that cheap bologna, man, that stuff just popping off everywhere. Clack, clack.
Okay, when I was y'all want to hear a poor meal that I used to eat when I was little? My dad used to make me bologna. He'd fry it on the comal, and then he would wrap it up with tortilla, and that would be my snack.
That was your snack.
That was my snack. That was my snack. I thought it was like everybody ate that. That's what I thought in my mind. Then when I grew up, I was like, "Did y'all eat fried bologna wrapped in a tortilla?" They'd be like, "Hell no!"
Look at this. Joe Gonzalez says, no one cares about UFO. Y'all probably eat fried spam. That's the one thing I do not touch, sir. I do not eat spam. You a spam?
Actually, I eat spam. Yep.
He's a spam eater then.
Yeah, I eat spam because Hawaiians eat spam. So spam is actually like a culture thing. So don't judge people that eat spam because the whole state of Hawaii, that's part of their culture. They get spam, they fry it up, and it's actually not that bad. They put it in rice with eggs. That's what they eat for breakfast. It's a culture thing.
Look at this. Bar S is pig lips and assholes mark bias.
I'm not gonna eat bar S anymore, you guys. Now I don't want to eat bar S ever
You're gonna
again.
oh man, you're gonna be making some crispy dogs. You're gonna put it on camera and you're gonna have like bar S in the back.
No,
I already
can't,
know.
I can't use bar S for my hot dog truck. So at least I got good tips. If I do start a hot dog truck, I cannot use bar S.
Oh, look at this. Chris Leha, United Airlines just grounded all flights due to a computer issue. Hacked like a motherfucker. Probably the same thing that happened with Southwest.
Airlines are ghetto now.
Oh yeah, and I know you're up against it though. I know you got to bounce out of here, so I didn't know if you still got to go or what.
I have a few more minutes, like till 12:50.
All right, so let me go ahead and play a sponsor read right here before I run out of time. So let's go ahead and start with my boy since he's in here already, Chris Leha. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. Thank you, Chris Leha. We appreciate you and MCS General Contracting. Yeah, give him a call. 210. No, give him a call. 210-774-9155. Shut up, Carolina.
Read my goddamn sponsor reading.
I got paid the bills, girl.
Joshua Jimenez, I think him and I were like food twins because his wife loves spam. He understands bar S. So I feel like that's my Lord right there.
Oh God, Christopher Leha, he always says that. Hardest decks in the game, biggest and baddest. He has the hardest concrete.
I am gonna get a new house soon, and I want a new deck. But I was thinking about building it myself.
Look at Christopher Leha. Joe was rich growing up. He doesn't fuck with them po folks.
Oh, you were rich?
Hell no, I wasn't. I had standards though. I had standards.
I'm a poor man with standards.
I'm a poor man with standards. Shit. Bar S was a no-go, and the GoBots, they had to go.
Tim Gonzalez says he's going to my food truck. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for coming to my food truck.
You know what? You should just have like your food truck should be like a food of the people. Like it just should be like hood rat snacks. I think that's what it should be called.
Everybody has hood rat snacks. I gotta stand out.
All right, puro pinche wiener. Then there you go.
But you know what? I was thinking of taking my cart to New Braunfels.
Oh Lord.
Because I feel like they don't have that stuff over there. So I'm gonna take my hoods. If I have hood rats, I'm gonna go to New Braunfels. So I feel like I'll make a killing out there.
Probably will. They probably hadn't had no.
They probably never had no damn. Yeah, never.
What is this?
What is that?
What is this, Barbara?
I know. What is that, Barbara? That's exactly how they're gonna be.
What is this, Barbara? It tastes good. I want another.
I'm gonna gonna start saying that now to you. What is this, Barbara?
Oh man, that's freaking hilarious.
That I want to. That was a freaking hilarious. No, I'm gonna like. I would say like, I do want to go to New Braunfels to have my food truck because my salsa is gonna be spicy. Be like, this the best salsa we ever ate. You know what I mean?
Is it gonna be homemade salsa? You pouring it out of a cup, like out of a jar into like a bowl or something?
Come on, Joe. You know me better than that.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
It's
You
gonna
got
be
time to
homemade.
do all that,
It's gonna be homemade. If I don't have, it's not homemade, then I don't want to eat it.
man.
I
I'm still
can't
waiting
eat.
for my flautas. Carolina, you said I'll make you flautas. I'm like, man, where are the flautas at?
Oh, weenie flauta.
No, I don't want no wiener flauta bar ass in there. No, hombre.
What is this, Barbara? I'm just kidding.
Has to be all beef.
See, everybody wants all beef. Okay, fine. It'll be all beef. Okay, I'm all fine. I won't get the bar ass hot
Look at
dogs.
Mario Cavazos. Cheetos with that Rico's nacho cheese on the menu. Damn, that shit already hurt my stomach.
I've never ate that before. You know that?
That stuff nasty as hell, man.
It looks like it'll fuck my stomach up.
It will. You go ahead and eat that as a kiss of death. And then you know what you do on top of that? This is what my niece does. She nasty as hell. She gets those hot Cheetos. Then she gets that sal con limon, that Lucas sal con limon. She pours it on top. And then on top of that, she gets that nacho cheese, pours it on there and eats it. I'm like, that is some nasty stuff, man.
Lord have mercy. That sounds
Yeah.
like liver failure.
It does. That's why I like it sounds like diabetes to me. I'm gonna take a hard pass.
Okay, you know how you said that person had the blowout on the airplane? What do you think they ate?
Oh man. They probably ate some airport food. They probably had airport sushi. You never do that. Never. Come on. You've never seen airport sushi?
No.
Oh my God, Carolina.
I think they ate French fish fry.
Oh no, don't say that. Not Fred's.
They ate French fish fry.
It was probably Pancho's. They probably ate some Pancho's Mexican buffet.
Oh yeah, I think Ponchos would have did it.
That would have done it right there.
For sure. Ponchos. Yep. That's
Yep.
what would have did it. Yeah.
So yep. So I know you got to get going here, but before I let you go ahead and let us know what you got working on, because I know you have a new show that you're going to be recording tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I have a new show. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. I'm talking about, of course, college football, the deep dive into NFL coming up. My teams are gonna be on. I want to do a deep dive on the Cowboys, do a deep dive on the Bears. I'm thinking of also talking about maybe who I think is gonna be at the top of each division this year. Also, I'm talking about my weekend. I had a good time. I saw Keldon. I saw Bam Rodriguez. I saw all these like local athletes recently talk about that. And my cover story just came out for Latinx magazine. If you go to my YouTube page, my Instagram page, I just posted the photos from there. And that article just came out and it talks about my story and how I ended up in sports media. So if you're interested in that and my journey, then you can go check that out. And you can also follow me at Carolina Teague Sports. So, and River City Wrestling is this weekend. I'll be ring announcing that as well. So I just have a lot of things going on and I'm taking things day by day. Spurs season is coming up. So I'm trying not to do too much because I know when the Spurs seasons come, I'm not going to have a life. So,
Yeah, John Largent's in here too. He says, my Texas State Bobcats took over Baylor on Saturday. Yep, we talked about that early on in the show. It was a good win for Texas State. Oh, and Christopher Leja said something to you right now. Oh, there it is. Don't hate on Fred's CT. I'm not going near her truck with that statement.
You wasn't gonna come anyways, Chris. You know how that's like my ex used to always tell me. This is one of the reasons why I broke up with him. My ex used to always tell me, well, I was gonna buy you those roses, but because you said that one thing, I ain't gonna get you the roses no more. That's what he sounded like right now. I was gonna go to your taco truck, but since you talked about Fred's like that, I ain't going to it no more.
Hey, you're gonna offer a brother credit at your food truck?
I'll give him some free chips. If he comes through, I'll give him some free chips.
Oh Lord, free chips, hot Cheetos. I don't want them hot Cheetos.
It'll be it's gonna be Takis. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh Lord, it probably would be hot Cheetos or Takis.
Hot Cheetos and Takis, man. Get your free chips.
Get your free chips. But you got to
All
pay
right.
for the drink.
You got to pay for the drink, Chris. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, make sure you go and follow CT. She's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and make sure you go and check out her show, League of Her Own. It's going to be happening on Wednesdays, and it comes out at what, 7 p.m. I believe, right? On Wednesdays.
Yep, Wednesday at 7 p.m. And we're trying to get to more YouTube subscribers. So if you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel, League of Our Own /CT, that's me right there. So subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys tune in, I'd really appreciate it. Bye, Joe.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on.
Bye, Carolina. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Quick shout out to CT for coming back on the show with us. Always a pleasure to have her on. And before we go ahead and start ending the show, we got to go ahead and give a shout out here to our boy Jeff Garcia, who will probably be on tomorrow's show if he's not sick, because he is battling a cold right now. So let me go ahead and do the ad read for our boy Jeff Garcia. Locked on Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked on Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked on Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked on Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you guys have any questions for Jeff tomorrow, please let us know, because he is going to be on the show tomorrow. So if you have any Spurs-related questions, be much appreciated. Here we go. Chris Leha. Man, y'all really weren't poor, huh, Joe? We ate Fred's fish all the time growing up. I ate some Fred's fish too, man. I like Fred's fish. It was Carolina that was slandering that. Tell her, don't be slandering Fred's. And John Largent said, I had a bet with my kids. If we ever drove by the Fred's on Culebra and there was someone eating in the restaurant, I would give them $50. In 18 years, they've never collected. Well, that's kind of funny that you say that, John, because I was there at that Fred's Fish location about a couple of weeks ago. I was having a lunch with one of my boys, and we said, you know what, let's go ahead and just hit up Fred's for old time's sake, man. There was nobody there but me and him. I don't know how the place stays in business. Chris Leo, we won't accept any slander on Fred's. I hope not, man. Fred's is a San Antonio staple. It's a rite of passage, man. Caroline over here slandering Fred Fish is good name. Let me go ahead and do another ad read here as we start bringing this show to an end. J-Par Real Estate has been a proud sponsor of ours since day one. Check out Cynthia J. Sanchez. Her reviews can't be wrong because all of the people that she sells homes to, they give her 5 stars and say that she is prompt, that she is understanding, that she communicates well, that she calls back, that she answers questions correctly. And yes, they say that she is good at what she does. If you are in the market to buy a home, sell a home, whether it be a rental property, primary residence, or Airbnb, reach out to Cynthia J. Sanchez from J-Par Real Estate. Her number is 210-273-0748. She has 16 years of experience in real estate and is a former claims adjuster with USAA, so she knows what she's looking for when she's showing you those pre-owned homes. Give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call at 210-273-0748 for all your real estate needs. And shout out to Cynthia J. Sanchez. Do make sure you do give her a call. Her number is 210-273-0748 if you're looking to go ahead and purchase your next new home or sell your current home or even get into a rental property. Cynthia J. Sanchez, she will be able to assist you in all your real estate needs. Again, her number is 210-273-0748. And let's go ahead and talk about some Houston Astros. We got into it a little bit in the beginning here, but I'm going to go ahead and show the standings as of today. AL West, again, is getting heated. You do have Seattle, the Seattle Mariners in front of the Houston Astros by 1 game. Texas Rangers have fallen off. They're behind the Astros right now, 3rd place in the AL West at 76 games, followed by the Angels and the Oakland A's. But the race right now is really between Texas, Houston, and Seattle. The Rangers and the Houston Astros I've already played one of the games in their 3-game series. They have another game coming out today, I believe. Let's go ahead and check that out because I believe that game has an early tip. Just want to make sure. Yeah, this game is no, it's not an early tip. It's at 7:05 p.m. today, and again, you have the Astros taking on the Rangers in that second game of the 3-game series. This AL West race is heating up. The Astros are right on the heels of the Seattle Mariners. If the Mariners can lose and the Houston Astros can keep winning, maybe when we wake up tomorrow, we might have a new leader here in the AL West. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying. There it is. Tim Gonzalez. Always fun when CT's on the show. It's always fun to have her on the show. We always talk about weird topics, man. It says, I wonder what Moneybags thinks about this Saturday game between the Texas State and UTSA. Well, ask him tomorrow when he comes on. The Puro Pinche Astros today at 3. There you go. So let's go ahead and play our last ad read of the day here, and that's going to be Serenity Manor. Serenity Manor is an events venue located at 14405 Old Bandera Road, across from Flores Country Store, set in a historic building that is over 100 years old. You can have a baby shower, bridal showers, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, corporate events, weddings. There's an indoor and outdoor venue with a dance floor and a sand volleyball court out in the back. Sit under the shade of the trees, and there's beautiful lighting in the evenings. Serenity Manor is a very beautiful place that is very family oriented, and they have rotating Thursday nights. They have karaoke and game nights. They also have a bar that serves beer, wine, and margaritas. So after a concert at Flores Country Store, you can go over diagonal across the street, Caddy Corner, grab a beer, get away from the crowd, and check out the beautiful Serenity Manor. So make sure you go and check out Serenity Manor. Again, they're located at 14405 Old Bandera Road, and they have rotating Thursday nights. They'll go ahead and have karaoke and also game nights. So it's very family friendly. You could take the family out there, have a good evening, and not have to worry about anything. You know, people getting too drunk and inebriated. It's a really good family atmosphere. So make sure you go ahead and check them out and keep them in mind in case you have an upcoming wedding, quinceañera, family get together. Again, Serenity Manor, their location is 14405 Old Bandera Road in Helotes, Texas. All right, so that's about all the time we have for today's show. We are up against the clock here as well. So make sure you go ahead and tune in tomorrow for another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. Tomorrow's guest is going to be Jeff Garcia again. He's battling the cold, so let's see if my boy can come on. If not, we'll have another guest. We'll go ahead and maybe get one of you boys to come in. Maybe we'll have Chris Leja come on as the guest because he always likes to chop it up and talk sports. Christopher Leja, my bad. I saw the wrong game. Yeah, it's at 7. Early enough for my little dude to watch the start of the game with me. There you go, man. Tim Gonzalez says, I can't believe Rudy Campos said something nice about Riley Leonard. I almost fell over by my bed. A Tar Heel fan saying something nice about Riley. Yeah, I'll let you know, Chris. We'll see if Jeff's able to go ahead and go or not. Like I said, he's battling a cold. So tomorrow we're going to go ahead and be talking about San Antonio Spurs basketball if Jeff's on the show. If not, we'll go ahead and find some other sports topics to talk about. But until then, y'all stay safe. We'll talk to you all later. Peace. We're out.